people of YouTube and or wherever you're watching this video. My name is Alex or Alexander. The reason I'm making this video is I have a lot to talk about. I think about a lot of things and I don't really have a means of expressing what it is I'm thinking about. And so I figured, why not make a YouTube video so I can get it out, because lately I've been feeling really flustered just with everything that I've been learning about for the past maybe like a year. Not really too sure, but that's why I'm making this video, just so I can share the information that I have learned with anybody who's wants to learn about this stuff that I've been learning about. And basically what that is finding yourself. And I would say that I'm going through some sort of a spiritual awakening for the past, I don't really remember how long. I would say only a few months. I would say like 6 months, where I've been really focusing myself and dedicating my life to changing for the better. For those of you that know me, just very small few people, obviously. People that I grew up with, people that I went to high school with, people that, I grew up around. People would say that I always had a negative attitude, a negative outlook on life. I always found the negative in everything. Doesn't matter what it was. It could be something as simple as, going somewhere, going to the movie. I always found the negative in it. Oh, like the movie starts at 8:15, it's already 8:10. By the time we get there, it'll be too late. And then I kind of just followed that wave of, oh, I'm upset because we're a few minutes late, when in reality I should be looking at, oh, I should be grateful just to be able to go to the movies. But if you're not taught to think that way, you're going to be constantly stuck in, your thought patterns and however it is you think. Like I said, I used to think really negatively, and that physically manifests into a bunch of negative. So, just a quick example, if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you worry about is your finances, like, oh, I have bills to pay, I have this to pay, I have this to do, I have these people that, that I think about and they make me upset. And when you think about that, especially first thing in the morning, that sets the tone for the rest of the day. And so if you're angry or you're upset, it gets amplified, and that's how you feel throughout the day. Like if you wake up in the morning and you get out of bed and you stub your toe, how mad are you about that? Like, oh, I'm so fucking angry, I'm so upset, I stubbed my toe, I'm in a lot of pain. And then you brush your teeth and you drop your toothbrush in the toilet, or you take a shower and you burn yourself. It's like you're just gonna constantly have a negative outlook just because of how you started your day. And so if you start your day in a positive outlook, then for the most part, your rest of the day will be positive. You just have to keep at it and keep trying. So what I did this morning was I made this little sheet. It's kind of big. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Basically what it says on this side is life before, and what it says on this side is life after. So I'm gonna go ahead and read a few things off of it. And this is all just information that I have been holding on to for quite some time, and I feel like I really need to just get it out there. I'm going through a lot personally, and I know people who know me are concerned about me. And so this is also a video for them, just to let them know like what I've been thinking about, what I've been focusing on, what I've been spending my time on. And it's all just this. Basically, how to better your life, how to become a better person, how to think better, how to establish healthy habits so that, we can be happy and we can be loving, we can be caring. That's basically what I want, not only for myself, but for everybody. Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to feel loved. Everybody deserves to have love, to give love, to be empathetic to people, to be, just to be happy. Nobody deserves to be upset and angry and depressed. Those are just feelings that subside. Those are feelings that pass. The laws of the universe state that everything is always in motion. Nothing is stagnant. So if you feel depressed and if you feel down, that's just a phase. I know right now it doesn't feel like it. Obviously, when you're feeling those emotions every day, it's very hard. But just know that it'll pass. So here on this left side where it says life before, right here it says habits. So unhealthy eating. Obviously, if you eat unhealthy, if you eat foods that aren't good for you, if you eat a lot of junk food, if you eat a lot of cookies, if you eat a lot of fast food, if you eat a lot of food that has no benefit for you, you're gonna have no energy, and you're not really gonna have the nutrients that your body needs, the vitamins that your body needs. So if you eat unhealthy, you're not gonna feel good. Being lazy and procrastinating, you have no drive, no motivation, and you're not gonna get anything done. Not being appreciative. If you're not appreciative for the things that you already have, the little things that you have in your life, there's absolutely no way you're going to allow bigger things into your life. You have to appreciate the small things, even the smallest thing, the things that we don't even think about. Not meditating. Your conscious mind is always running. So we have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind, or an unconscious mind. The unconscious mind, is basically what we've been taught to believe ever since we were kids. Whatever it is that your parents taught you, or your friends taught you, or whatever it is that you learned about on the news, on TV, on movies, whatever the case is. Whatever you were taught as a kid, that gets programmed into your subconscious mind, and you live your life basically based on that. Just an example is like if you're raised in a place with a lot of racism, obviously people are not born racist. That's taught. If your parents taught you, if your influence taught you, if your uncles taught you to be racist, then when you grow up, that's all you're gonna know. And it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort and practice and determination to get rid of those unconscious beliefs so that you can allow new, better unconscious beliefs. And when you meditate, you quiet the conscious mind, which is the mind that is us, is what we think about, is when we have a thought, that's the conscious mind. And when we meditate, it quiets it so that we can become more aware of our thoughts and to, establish more healthier thought patterns. So after that, we have not working out or doing yoga, because I do yoga and it's very beneficial. The thing I put on there is just energy remains stagnant in the body. So we all have a certain amount of energy throughout the day. When we wake up, that's when our energy is the fullest, just because obviously we weren't doing anything when we were sleeping. And when we wake up and a lot of us will wake up and we'll check our phone, we'll check our messages, we'll check our emails, our social media. A lot of that is just giving energy out. Not only is it giving energy out, you're reaffirming who you were. And so you can wake up in the morning and just choose to be somebody else. Like, your thought patterns stop when you sleep. So as soon as you wake up, you can just instantly, I feel grateful today. Oh, I feel abundant today. Oh, I feel happier today than I did yesterday. And if you continue to do that every day, things are only going to get better. So what I was saying was, each of us has energy inside of us. Our energy starts down here, down in our root chakra, which is where we have most of our more powerful emotions. And this what I'm talking about, the energy, I'm gonna just quickly jump into this one, to watching porn / masturbating. That gives you extreme emotions of guilt and shame. So when you constantly watch porn and masturbate every day, your energy gets released, obviously, when you ejaculate. So when you stop doing that, you give your energy the chance to build up. So let's say this is your energy, right? This circle. When you masturbate and when you reaffirm who you are in the morning by going on your phone and social media and stuff, your energy is going to decrease. And that's why we don't have motivation throughout the day to get anything done. And that's why we don't do anything productive. And that also has to do with the foods that we eat, not having energy from there. So it's just, when you're living this sort of life, it's very hard to get anything done. It's very hard to push yourself out of your comfort zone, even though it's not comfortable at all. So let's say this is your energy, right? So this is your energy if you eat good food. This is your energy if you don't reaffirm who you are in the morning. This is your energy if you don't masturbate. This is your energy if you, instead of using it for things that don't really matter, and you can expand it and follow things that do matter. You have more drive, you have more passions, you have more clarity, and so you can expand your energy outwards. And so instead of it being stuck on your first chakra, right, your root chakra, which we all have 7 chakras, it allows the energy to go up. And so our first chakra is at, our pelvis. Our second chakra is kind of in our tummy. Our third chakra is right under our chest. Our fourth chakra is right here in the center of our chest, which is our heart chakra, our sacral chakra. And then number 5 is right here in your throat. Number 6 would be your third eye. And then number 7 would be the crown of your head. So we all have 7 chakras. If you align the energies within them, you are in more alignment, and you can find clarity, peace, your inner intuition, which is the gut feeling that people tend to talk about. Everybody has an inner being in them that essentially wants the best for them, right? We're all extensions of source energy, and source energy is infinite intelligence, or God, or the universe, however you want to coin him or her or it. Can't really say it's her or him or it. We can just call him an entity. So however you want to describe God, just know that we are extensions of God ourselves, and when we meditate and when we look within, we can find the answers that we're looking for. So the next one would be not reading books and not learning. No new information coming in. Obviously, if you're just constantly on your phone all day, you're not really going to learn anything. And so, books aren't expensive. Like this one I bought at the Dollar Tree. It was $1.50. Sicker, fatter, poorer. The urgent threat of hormone disrupting chemicals to our health and future, and what we can do about it. This one I bought in Barnes & Noble, or a bookstore. I don't really remember where. But this one was at a book annex. It was only $8. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And this is one of the books that, if you're looking to generate abundance, this is it. I'm only on the 3rd chapter, but I'm going through and I'm annotating a lot of it, just so I can understand more about, how to generate wealth. And I'll get more into this in another video or later. I don't really want to make the video too long, so I'm gonna try to just go a little bit faster. The next one would be not fasting. So fasting brings a lot of benefits to the body. What I wrote here is just it doesn't allow the body to catch up and catch a break, which is true. We're supposed to eat 3 meals a day. We're supposed to snack in between. You're not supposed to. You can do whatever you want. Don't listen to other people. Don't follow other people's advice. Do whatever makes you feel good. And if you don't feel like eating, Or if you're not hungry, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. You're your own person, and you create your own reality. Really, you really do. Not managing your money shows no discipline or respect. If you don't respect money, how can you expect money to respect you? And then unhealthy sleep patterns. Obviously, if you're not sleeping well, it's hard for your brain to catch a rest. So you have to sleep. You don't have to sleep 8 hours. You just have to sleep every night, anywhere from like 4 to 8. I wouldn't sleep more than 8. That's way too much. And then you wake up and you feel really sleepy. Another bad habit would be social media. Obviously, when you have social media, everybody has social media. It's very hard to not have one. Everybody wants to feel connected. Everybody wants to seek external validation. People post a picture and they get likes and they feel happy because of it. But, like, what does that do for you, essentially? It doesn't do anything at all. And you have to come to these realizations on your own. It was very hard for me to delete my social media, but the way I looked at it was just like, I'm spending so much time on it and I'm not getting anything in return at all. And so when I deleted it, yeah, I missed it. Yeah, I had the habit of re-downloading the app and re-logging in. You know, people aren't perfect. People, like, we can strive to do something, but we may have setbacks. That doesn't mean that we're not striving for it anymore. We can have setbacks, but we just have to come back stronger. And then the last one, or two more, one of them says low frequency music, and then the last one says living in the past. So low frequency music, all the music that we listen to on the radio, on the phone, on speakers, whatever it is, any place that you hear music, it is vibrating at a certain frequency. I believe it's at 440 hertz, which is known to produce, not worry, but it gives you headaches, it gives you anxiety, and it gives you like a feeling of uncertainty. So all the music you hear streams at that frequency. If you stream it at 432 hertz, it's way different, and you can hear the difference, and you can feel the difference. The music resonates more, it sounds better, you feel happier listening to it. That's something that I learned on Instagram about the frequency and stuff. And frequency is everywhere. Everything vibrates, everything has frequency, and everything is energy. So Nikola Tesla said, if you want to learn the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, which is completely true. So those are habits. Those are just habits that I had. These are habits that a lot of people have. These are habits that we go day to day and we don't even realize them. Just because we've been doing them for so long, we think that they're normal, but they're not. Obviously there's more, but this is just what I wrote down. So this is before. This is the before habits. The before emotions, what they look like are unhappiness, lack of motivation, anger, regret, fear, worry, anxiety, overwhelm, sad, shameful, depressed. These are all unelevated emotions. If you focus on or you only feel these emotions, that is all you'll get in return. The more you wake up and you feel unhappy, the more you're going to feel unhappy. The law of attraction, or the law of assumption, says like brings like. So if you're feeling all of these, that's all you're going to get in return. It's very hard not to feel these things, but it's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. And then the last thing I wrote on here is thought patterns. So if you have a negative outlook on life, you focus on the negative, that's all it's going to do is create more negative. If you have negative self-talk, you may be joking, like, oh, I'm fat, oh, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough. You may be joking, but your body doesn't know the difference. Negative talk about others or passing judgment. What we don't like in others is what we don't like about ourselves. So If you don't like a certain aspect of someone, that's most likely because, you have that same aspect of yourself and you need to change it. Or not change it, but just be more conscious of it. And then the last thing, always seeking bad, always get bad. So this is how I lived for a long time. I would say ever since I was like in 5th grade. So let's see. 11, 10, 9, 8. So like from 7 or 8 years old up until I was 22. So let's just say 8, right? That's what? 14 years. 14 years where I lived every day and I only saw the negative in things. I thought I was cool, right? I thought it was cool to be negative, to be down, to talk down on others, to think bad about others, to judge others. I didn't know. Nobody taught me. Nobody told me these things. And like I said, if you don't know, how can you learn, right? So I lived that way for a long time, and I got to a point where I didn't want to live that way anymore. I just woke up one day and I said, what am I doing with my life? Good thing I'm young, so I can change it now, and, not change it when I'm 40 or 50 or 60 years old, and I was living a life that I didn't want to live. Right? So better to change it now. And I know you're thinking, well, how do you change a life like that? How do you, like, I'm waking up and I'm feeling depressed. I'm waking up and I'm worried about financial problems. I'm waking up and, I have suicidal thoughts. How can I change that? It's not easy to change. Let me start by saying that it's not easy. It's way easier to just stay where you are. It's way easier to be content with where you are. You have to find it within yourself, and you have to find it essentially within yourself in order to want to change. Because I could come from a place of change, and I could bring you stories and facts, evidence, proof that, this stuff works. But if you're not ready to make the change, I can't make the change for you. Change comes from action, and action comes from within. So you have to make the decision for yourself in order to change. You just have to do what I did. Take a step back from your life. Analyze what's going on, right? Look at the big picture. Say, okay, here's why I'm working. Here's the car I'm driving. Here's my housing situation. Here's my relationship situation. Here's my relationship with my friends. Here's my relationship with my family. Here's the person that I am. Here's the person that people perceive me as. Just take a step back and look at your life. And if you're happy, great. Great. Keep going. Keep pushing on. If you're happy and you like what you're doing and you're content, more power to you. But if you're not happy, and if you're not content, and you don't like what you're doing, and you don't like your circumstances, make the conscious effort to change it. Please, please, please. Nobody deserves to live a life of uncertainty. Nobody deserves to live a life of unhappiness. Nobody deserves to live a life of lack. Nobody deserves to live like that. Nobody. Doesn't matter where you came from. Doesn't matter what country you were born in. Doesn't matter what state you were born in. Doesn't matter what government you were born in. Doesn't matter what your political beliefs are, what your religious beliefs are. Doesn't matter if you believe in God. Doesn't matter if you... Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Everybody deserves to live a prosperous and loving life. Everybody. We're all connected. We're all one. And once we start to realize that, then we can be more loving and be more appreciative of what we have. And this is all just mindset. Once you change your mindset, you can change anything. Literally anything.